Who had 8 points off the bench?
Whole Sixers team at 8 points off the bench.
Ooh, the Sixers. We've got to talk about that 4-team race for the Eastern Conference.
That Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's getting heated. I thought the Heat were going to run away with it, and it is getting way too close to tell.
The one
The Sixers
one game
weren't playing well, but the past 2 games they lost.
Yeah. Well, good morning. This is the Smoke the Spread podcast. Again, your wonderful Wells the Truth True on the bottom here. Phil, the Wanda, joining me at the top of the screen here. And me, your lovely host. Hope you think I'm handsome. Lemons here. We're excited to be with you fellas and ladies this morning. It is April 1st.
April Fool's Day, boys.
Yeah, it
We're
is
not
actually
supposed-
April 1st.
We're not supposed to do the show today, then.
Nope, probably not. Might be bad luck, but please like and
Aw.
subscribe. Leave a comment if you can,
Come to good
and
luck.
stay with us while we roll through all of this stuff. Do people see the United States made the World Cup this time? We didn't get left out.
USA, baby, let's go.
First time in 8 years. 8 years.
Can't make 18, I don't believe.
Is Freddie Adu still playing?
Nope, Freddie Adu is not playing. And I heard in an interview recently that he wasn't really as young as they said he was. When he came over here at 13, he wasn't really 13. He was...
Is he 14?
No, supposedly he was like 15, 16, just had a birth certificate of a 13-year-old. But hey, who's to know? I don't think that's been proven or anything. I just heard that in an interview.
You can drive at 16. You can't do that at 13. So,
Yeah.
right.
Christian
It's egregious.
Pulisic fan. It's a sad thing to see what's happening to Chelsea and their owner. Well, not sad to see. If you're a Russian Mongol
blue, baby.
funneling illegal money in England to Russian oligarchs, I guess I can't say you are a great guy, but I hope the team gets put into better hands and that they come back up. But that's about the extent of my soccer knowledge that I'll share with you all on this podcast. You guys
Go Everton.
ready to move on?
Tottenham Hotspur.
If you're an Xbox Game Pass user, then tomorrow is a big day, or today is a big day for all of us by the time this comes out. MLB The Show 22 is dropping. You guys care to tell me who you're playing with first and who you're starting on the mound?
Max Fried,
Freedomus.
obviously, no doubt.
What's your lineup looking like?
We'll keep it the same as it's going to be, dude.
What's that look like?
Yeah.
No, we got Olsen at first base. We got Ozzy at second. We got Swanson at
Wells.
short.
I want to hear your batting lineup.
Wow.
1 through 9. Can you give me 1 through 9? Give me your
Are we
first
gonna
4.
start it?
I don't know I don't know. I can't remember who our outfielder is going to be since Acuna's out. So who's going to play right field for us?
NCRT, Azuna.
Zuna's going to hit. I'm going to say 5. We got Riley at 4.
I
We
bet.
got Rosario, correct? I think
Yep.
he's going to lead off for us.
I said
And then
NCRT. I meant to say Rosario a minute ago. I apologize. I know
he sucks,
NCRT
dude.
is no longer on the squad.
Garbage.
It's a freaking Yankee.
It's even not worse. So we got Rosario 1. I'm going to put Ozzy 2. 3, we're going to go Olsen. 4, we're going to go Azuna. Actually, I take that back. 4, Riley, then Azuna. I haven't thought much about our lineup, so that's just my...
Is Darno hurt right now, or is he healthy to start?
Nah, he's good. So you'll probably see.
Hit a bomb a couple games ago, I believe.
Yeah.
Spring training.
He and Manny Pena will be holding down the catcher spot.
So you think Darno's 6 hole Wells?
Yeah, I'll go with him 6.
Who's DHing right now since Acuna's... Is Acuna going to DH? Not till April 21st, right?
I think that's the day
It'll be Azuna DHing.
Well, who's going to be left field then?
I don't want
Could be
Azuna to play
Alex
left
Ferguson.
field. His arm is so weak, dude. I could run that run of second to home off him, and I'm slow.
Phil, who's on the mound for you first game, and what team you playing with? Who excites you for MLB The
I'm
Show?
going Braves, which I don't like playing as my team. I just don't.
I
like doing
never
it.
do.
I'll
I
make a
like playing for
dynasty.
Jay.
I'll trade. I'll do all that stuff, but I never play like online versus or head to head with them. I don't know why. I just feel like I always do bad. Or I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious, right? If I was going Braves, I'd probably lead off with Acuna. With Acuna, let's just do it with Acuna because this is going to be the lineup for the majority of the year, right? Let's go
Mm-hmm.
Acuna in center. Let's go Albies at second base hitting 2-hole. Let's
Yep.
go 3-hole Matt Olson playing first. 4-hole Austin Riley playing third. 5 the DH Marcell Ozuna. Let's go 6-hole Ahmed or not Ahmed Rosario. Get out of here. Eddie Rosario playing left field in the 6. 7-hole. Let's go Duvall
8 hole
batting
Swanson.
batting 7-hole, and then Darno batting 8-hole playing catcher, and then I'd probably say Dansby wrap around leadoff action. If you're 9-hole, I mean he hit 238 last year, but if your 9-hole can get on base,
A lot
have
of
some
home runs
speed.
for a shortstop.
He has some dingers though, bro. He's a dinger machine for a
Let's
little
go.
shortstop.
I think that's your best lineup. That's a pretty gnarly lineup. Um, First, I'm gonna pitch with. Let's see, Robbie Ray probably won the Cy. He won the Cy Young. No, probably
He's a
about it.
Mariner.
Mariner, and I love Mitch Haniger. Huge fan of Mitch Haniger. Go Cal Poly,
I like
Mustangs.
their jerseys, bro. They got
Not
some
very good
sweet
at much,
jerseys
but
out west.
oh yeah, Mitchie two bags, and they made a few moves. What's it? Depoto over there made some moves. So I would say let's see what I guarantee they blew Robbie Ray stats out of the dang roof way better than he actually is, even though he won a Cy Young. Give me Robbie Ray. Let's go Mitch fighting Mitch Hanigers, and I'm playing with Seattle game 1.
Seattle game
If I
1.
didn't play with the Braves, I would go with the Jays.
Ooh yeah, I love
I like
Bochet.
playing
That-
with what's that dude's name? I forgot his name. I talk about him all the time.
Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad. I want to play with him. He's a baller.
Vladdy Jr.
Vlad Taylor Jr.
Biggio.
Joe goes hard.
Evan sucks.
Who?
Bo Bichette.
Oh, Bichette goes hard. Kevin Biggio sucks.
I'd rather have Bichette than Biggio. Biggio's
I'd rather
not
have
great
their dads.
Randall just got traded.
Yeah, they got Ramiel Tapia though, so even better.
Ramiel Tapia. Then they've got Barrios on the mound. Is he going to be their opening day starter?
Y'all seen American Dad?
Yes.
You know
stuff.
where they do the Stelios,
Barrios.
Stelios Santos. Now it's Barrios. It's the Barrios Constant. Yeah,
He's
so
got a mean slider.
oh, dude, he's definitely got to be game 1 starter.
Yeah, he probably will be. Oh, speaking of MLB The Show, what are you guys' predictions? You want to go through, we'll go through each division. You tell me who you think the division winner is going to be and why. We'll start with our, obviously, we know the Braves are going to win the NL East, but we'll start there. Phil, do you want to give us any facts or things we should look out for from any other teams in that division, or am I pretty safe thinking the Braves are winning 92-plus games and taking that division?
Braves
Safe.
taking division. The Mets going to come in second.
Yeah, safe no. I mean, this is a team that won 88 games, and when you actually sit down and think about it, the only thing you changed was you're going to hopefully have Acuna healthy for the second half of the season. You traded a Freddie Freeman for a Matt Olson. And you may have Eddie Rosario all year and Ozuna for half a year. That's really all you changed. So the starting point of this team is not much different than it was last year.
The core is the same besides one player.
Yeah, it's not really changed for the first half, and that first half was tough. I mean, we were bad,
They're all-
injuries and everything included. So to say that we're a shoe-in, I think is a little strong. So I think we win the division. Yes, I think we make it 5 in a row. It's gonna be hard when you look at our division week in and week out. You're playing 19 games against each opponent. And even when you're looking at the Marlins, who I don't think finished last, I think the Nationals finished last. But I mean, The Marlins, you're starting off with two surefire aces in Sandy Alcantara and Tyler Rogers. Taylor Rogers.
I have the
Rogers goes
Marlins
hard.
finishing second in the division.
That pitching's proven. And that lineup's no joke now. Let's remember they got Jorge Soler. They signed Avisel Garcia. They still have Garrett Cooper, Brian Anderson. They've got Jesus Aguilar, Miguel Rojas, Jazz Chisholm. That's a damn team. And there's going to be all-stars on that team, potential all-stars. And that's your second to worst team. That's not an easy out, especially if those pitchers are on. My God.
I'm excited to see a healthy DeGrom. I hate the Mets, but I'm excited to see a healthy DeGrom.
Yeah, and to that point, you got DeGrom and Scherzer now. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, Scherzer's a beast
Both
with
those
the
guys
Mets.
are healthy. Those are two guys who could compete against each other for the Cy Young.
Yeah, I mean DeGrom's got you 8 good games, right? I mean, how healthy is DeGrom going to stay all year? I mean, he
Healthier
could.
than Carlos
I hope he
Carrasco.
does. I hope he stays healthy. I hope it's a competitive division, but I do hope the Braves win. That's my bias. We'll go into the NL Central. Keep it a little shorter. I think the Cubs, the Pirates, and the Reds aren't spending very much money. The Brewers don't spend much money at all either, but they have a solid core. Didn't lose very many people in free agency, but I think the Cardinals are going to end up running away with that division. What do you think, Philip Wells?
Wells, you want to start with that one?
I want to say the Cardinals are going to win or the Brewers. It's a toss-up. I can't decide. Oh, Pujols is back, though, for his final. Hoorah.
Yeah, but he's old.
He's going to be average.
21
so
home
far.
runs away from 700.
I'm rooting for it. I don't want him to beat us at all, but I'm rooting for 21 home runs from him.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's all
do
he has
some
to have
trades.
to have 700. He'll get 21 home runs if he's healthy.
Maybe. He'll
I
be
think-
DHing.
I think he's good for 13,
That's not enough.
not
Just
21.
call it a day then if you can't get it done.
Yeah, it'll be a good farewell tour. He, Wainwright, and Yachty. I mean, but that team is. It's going to take him as far as the 1-2 punch on offense of Goldsmith and Arenado. Is Edmund going to come back? Is he going to do what he can do? Jack Flaherty's back. First time pitching in over a year. I don't think they get it done. I think they are a sexy pick because the Cardinals they got that voodoo magic. This is the Brewers' division to lose. The Brewers couldn't hit. I mean, that's abundantly clear. I mean, watch the Braves Brewers in the postseason that they can't hit for anything. Their 1-3 punch of Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, and Willie Peralta are going to be lethal. I think that's going to take them, if they can stay healthy through 162 games. They're not going to have to outscore opponents because that bullpen's still pretty gnarly with Devin Williams and Josh Hader. I say the Brewers probably win 90 to 92 games, give or take, and they win that division fairly well. Cardinals coming in a close second. After that, it's pretty much trash. Everyone fire sold. Pirates are going young. You know how they are. So
For sure.
that's like crew.
All right, the one you've been waiting for, the NL West, the shootout. I don't think the Giants are going to fall off that much. I don't think they win as many games. I don't think their lineup hits as many home runs as they did last year. But the Padres, they've really got something to prove after falling the fuck off and not making the postseason last season. And then the Dodgers, I hope they burn in hell. What do you guys think?
It's going to be Dodgers, then Padres, then Giants. I want to see the Padres win it, though.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Wells there. Dodgers are going to probably have the most wins in all of baseball. I mean, that team is nasty. Pitching,
Stacked
hitting.
from
Yeah, it doesn't.
one-
They're getting older, yeah, but until they actually fall off the wagon 100%, they're still a threat, and I still think they have the best overall record in the regular season in all of the major leagues. I think
Have-
the Padres
Bueller
second.
goes hard. They also have Urias, the one-eyed dude. He also goes hard.
Yeah.
Just the guy that got hurt last year, the redheaded dude. He's a straight.
I thought Urias was gone.
What?
He's there. Dustin May is the one you're talking about.
Justin May. If he's able to play this year, he's going to throw gas.
Yeah, he does about 100. But that being said, Padres should have a. I mean, you lost to Tatis for 3 months, and you don't know what he's going to be when he comes back. That sucks. That offense, you still have Adam Frazier, who I know
Don't
awful.
go riding motorcycles when the
Right.
season is about
Is
to
Covington going to play this year? Or is
You're
he
gonna
hurt?
you're gonna get two pitchers back though with them in Mike Clevenger and Donaldson Lamet. That 1 through 4 on their rotation may be one of, if not the best in baseball. So that can make up for the 3 months that Tatis is hurt, I think, because that offense is still going to be gnarly. Don't forget what they have. So I look for them to probably have above that 86 win mark as opposed to the 70 some odd wins they had last year. They will finish second. Don't think they have enough. Giants take a significant dip, probably finish just a smidge above 500, be my guess.
All right. Nice, nice. So hey, listen to these. I know we're not giving you betting lines or anything, but future bets are worth a lot of money. Throw a little bit on a future for each division. See if you come out with something. It'll give you something to watch for all year long. It's not like a got to watch tonight type bet. It gives me fun throughout the MLB season. AL, we're gonna move over to the AL, and I'm just gonna read you off the list of the teams in this next division in the order I think they're gonna finish, and you guys chime in and tell me where I'm fucking wrong. Um, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Rays, Yankees, Orioles.
Oh, it's a fun
Yankees
debate.
going to come in second to last.
I think so.
It's going
I
to be
hope
four
to see
teams.
it, but I don't see that happening.
Did you guys
So
see
what is
Josh
it?
Donaldson? What he did yesterday?
How would he do?
Oh, so they lost a spring training game, and the young guys in the locker room were listening to rap music and having a good time, and he took the fucking speaker and broke it and threw it across the locker room, grabbed his bag and shit without taking a shower, got in his car and drove off.
I mean, he's fed up with losing, dude. He's like, we're going to win. I'm gonna have no
Spring
fun at
training,
all.
bro. Calm down.
It is true,
He
though.
said he's tired of losing. I think that's like the third one in a row.
Yeah, I don't think anyone gives a shit about spring training games except for high A ball.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Josh Donaldson does, guys. But I
The
just
Should
only
hit better
person
than
that
250.
cares.
to be fair though, Josh is probably my favorite player in that fucking defense slash I wouldn't say offense. If Aaron Judge can stay healthy, then I think he's explosive. But he doesn't play very many games, and then when he does, it's strikeout, 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 big bomb. So I'd like to see him get on a roll like he did back in 2018. But what do you guys think? Phil? What do you think? You like my Red Sox to win the division there with the Blue Jays in second?
First off, I think Josh Donaldson will pull a calf or strain a calf before week 3.
Oh yeah,
So
probably
that
so. I didn't say
know,
durability. I said watchability.
I know, but I'm just saying, hey, look out for
That's
Josh
glad to
Donaldson to
watch him.
strain a calf. It's about to happen. He's conjured it, if nothing else. Look, I'm going Blue Jays.
I like
I
it.
would pick the Yankees to win this division, but I mean, there are a lot of injury issues that they deal with every year, and a lot of question marks they even have on their team that are very injury prone. Red Sox. I mean, you add Trevor Story to that lineup. If you can still do offensively what you did last year, you're going to be able to compete game in, game out. I don't think Nathan Evaldi has the year that he has. He's just never been really that guy. But then again, prove me wrong, be consistent. Part of a career. He's already gotten paid. I don't think their pitching can hold up long term. You at least have that ace to rely on in Garrett Cole with the Yankees. If Severino comes back healthy, I don't know if he's even in the mix or not. But you have him. I love the Blue Jays. Give me Barrios, give me Hyunjin Ryu going 1-2, and I don't care how you stack that lineup. Just put Bo Bichette at the top, and then watch the runs just pour in. So I'm going to go Jays. That's at least who I'm going to root for, and I'll put money on it because I guarantee they're not picked to even finish 1 or 2 in that division. Um, so yeah, let's go Jays, and then I will pick the Tampa Bay Rays to finish second. Let's go Yankees, Red Sox 3-4. How about that? There's my pick. Let's have fun.
Interesting. All
That
right.
is fun. We have something to watch in the AL East this year. How about the AL Central? I've got White Sox, Twins, Royals, Tigers, Guardians.
The Guardians. That's a joke.
I say with this division,
The Guardians have
if,
spent less than $33 million on their entire roster.
if you're looking at win totals over under, I don't care where the White Sox are. Pick the over. That's the weakest division in baseball.
Hmm.
White Sox gonna run the division.
The
They're
Twins are
gonna.
trying to do something.
They're
They are.
trying, but
They've
not
made
good
it
enough.
stronger, and the Indians the Guardians, they can pitch. Their hitting is suspect at best. Kansas City won't do anything. You can't name me a single one of their starters outside of Singer. Um,
Their
it's going
catcher.
to be a pretty. I mean, and the Tigers are trying. They're young. They got a good core, but I don't think they're 500 yet. I think they're a year or two away from that. So I mean, I think if the White Sox sit around 91 to 92 and a half, I'm taking the over. I think they'll
Yeah,
have a solid win total, and then they got to try to redeem what they screwed up last year in the playoffs.
I like the White
So,
Sox.
yeah.
White Sox are gonna get the division, like I said earlier.
Hmm. Well, the another interesting division, kind of, the AL West: Astros, Mariners, A's, Angels, Rangers, and I think the Angels could finish second in that division. I think the Astros will pull away with it, but I think it's kind of a toss-up. The Athletics like to sneak into the playoffs every once in a while, but I think this year they're just a little too young. They kind of had too big of a fire sale, and they don't
Yeah.
have the pitching build up right now. Hey, they could have a bunch of good, really young guys come through, and who knows what happens. But in my opinion, the Astros don't have an issue making the playoffs this season. What do you think, Wells?
Astros gonna cheat themselves to the division somehow or another,
Uh,
and I believe the Angels will be two. And then let's go with the A's three. I guess four Seattle.
I'm rooting for a Braves Angels World Series just so I can see Freddie Freeman not make the World Series and the other team in Los Angeles do it. Or Anaheim. Are they in Anaheim or Los Angeles? I think they're in Los Angeles
They're in
now.
LA. Yeah, they're in
They
LA
they
now.
moved.
We like him as Anaheim.
Yeah, they moved. But I really want Mike Trout to get to a World Series. If he's playing the Braves, I don't want him to win it. But if he's not playing the Braves, I would love to see Mike Trout win a World Series. Same
Not
with
just making the
Otani.
playoffs.
So yeah, stay healthy for a season. I still think he's the best player in baseball, as the old heads like to say. He's a five tool guy. I bet Phil was a five tool guy out there in left field, weren't you, Phil? You were stealing bases, you were laying bunts, you were hitting dingers, you were fielding balls. We know Phil was a five tool guy out in left field.
High school, college. I dabbled.
Yeah, you dabbled in the five tools.
Dabbled in the five tools. Dabbled in the five tools.
Go ahead. What do you
Dabbled in.
guys think?
I was a multi-tool player off the field too. I was a damn good recruit.
Otani was trending today. He's the projected Cy Young winner in the American League. What do you guys think?
He gets hurt. I think he has Tommy John.
Already had Tommy John, right?
Have fun. Here it
That
comes.
is a hex, Phil. What
We
kind
don't
of
want
happens.
to
hex are
see
you
him have
putting on
Tommy
people?
John.
He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. He's hurting his arm. It's his pitching side that gets hurt this year.
I'm gonna say he's gonna stay healthy since Phil's
I hope he does.
been
I'd rather
injured
watch it
now.
all year. But I'd like the Angels to be healthy because I mean, one outside of Otani, you really got no one else to pitch for you. Jared Weaver in his heyday is not coming out of there. But if that offense can stay healthy, good lord. I mean, Stella had a breakout year. You got Anthony Rendon. You've got Otani. You got Trout. That's going to be gnarly. They're going to be fun to watch. Astros win the division, I think, pretty handily. Seattle finished second, I think, last year. Still had a minus 56 run differential. So you could say they got better, but that's going to be tough to make up and replicate. I think they have a good year, but I think the team that finished second very well could be the Angels if Trout and company can be healthy. It's going to be actually a pretty fun division to watch. You'll still have good pitchers in Oakland, Sean Manaea, Frankie Montas, if they don't get shipped out before the end of the year, but they're hitting, losing Chapman, losing Olson, losing Marte. It's going to be a new look, Oakland, but that's nothing old Billy Bean hadn't made into a winner before. So tune back in once we get to the second half of the season on them. We'll
Yep.
see what happens.
We'll find out. Let's move into the NFL. We talked about the Deshaun Watson trade. We didn't know at the time that he was going to make the most guaranteed money of anyone ever in the NFL, especially at the quarterback position, and it comes with a lot of baggage. The Ravens GM has already spoken out. Did you guys see what the Ravens GM was upset about? It was like, how you going to put a price tag on him like that? I've got to pay Lamar Jackson, who doesn't have baggage, next year, and you're going to throw Deshaun Watson that kind of money? I kind of see his point. He set a
Lamar needs an
ridiculous
agent,
precedent
bro.
for somebody who probably doesn't deserve what they're getting. And I know he hasn't been proved guilty yet, but 22 of the same type of women in the same type of profession in the same city. Uh,
He's scum,
what
bro.
do you guys think?
Scum.
What you think? And is he even going to be allowed to play? I mean, Roger Goodell's already said he's not putting in on the exempt list, so he's eligible to play as of this moment, and I guarantee you he starts week 1 if that's still the case.
He's gonna start week 1 if they don't put him on the exempt list or suspend him.
Yeah.
Who's their quarterback besides him?
Um.
Baker's not gonna be there.
No, I wonder where Baker goes. Baker's still got to get traded. Baker will
Might
be
not be
traded for
traded.
draft picks in the draft, right? Because they gave up so many for
Probably. But
Deshaun,
you'd
so
still
they're going to use Baker as a last minute trade in the draft to get more picks at some point. Or I don't
you're
know.
losing. You're
I'm
kind
not
of
a
losing leverage if you wait to the draft, though. But you could have added leverage once the draft starts. Just kind of depends. I don't know where they're drafting. Um, I don't think he may not take a snap this year. I'll be honest. That deal is just it's insane. The NFL continues to get it wrong, so it wouldn't surprise me if they botch this. If he ends up on the exempt list, that means he can play and not get suspended. So if he doesn't put him on the exempt list, then he's subject to suspension. So regardless if he's cleared of any criminal activity, he could still face a suspension, which I think something like that happens. I don't think you can just
I think
let
he
him
gets
play.
suspended probably a year at least.
So you're paying top dollar for no snaps, and so to Will's point, who does it go to?
hmm
Like,
You think they could
so
keep Baker just for that reason this year?
I mean they could, but no, they have to sign Baker. Baker's in an option, right? It's his year.
Baker's
I
already
don't
been
know.
signed. He's got to be traded.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So yeah, you would have to. How many years does he have on that trade? How much value does he hold within his contract?
Well, they picked up his options just 1 year. I don't know. You want me to find out? I can
Oh
I can
yeah.
find that
So
out. In the meantime, what do you guys think about Todd Bowles becoming a head coach again with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers stepping up and taking over for Bruce Arians, who has decided to
Right.
retire? I kind of like the statement he put out today, saying that he could have waited a year, but then he would have to the team would have to interview multiple candidates when he feels like he's groomed the best candidates within his own organization, so that if he steps down now, he can stay a part of the team, but allow his own predecessor to step up. And it was Todd Bowles, who was an African American, so the Rooney Rule wouldn't have mattered anyway. Uh, but I kind of like it. The team's set up to win. Tom Brady's coming back. Yesterday I was a little skeptical before we heard this statement from Bruce Arians that Tom Brady wasn't going to be in the market to move somewhere that just got Tyreek Hill and isn't very happy with their quarterback, Miami, who has a brand new coach who has got a new crazy offensive system. But I think he's safe to stay in Tampa for at least another year or so. And I think Todd Bowles is set up for at least a little bit of success because the rest of that division kind of looks like poo poo. What do you guys think?
yeah.
Who's the Miami's coach? I forget. Is it the glasses dude? The
Yeah.
white dude with the glasses? What's his name?
No, he's not the white dude. He's biracial. He is the guy from
Is he
San
the short guy with the
Francisco.
glasses?
Yeah, he's the guy with
Oh, that's what I'm
glasses,
thinking
the
of.
comb over. Yeah. What's
I
his
thought
name?
he looked like a white
I
dude,
should
but
know his
I'm
name.
wrong.
Tell
My
you, I tell
fault.
you what though, they've surrounded Tua with weapons, and the line there, they're basically saying, "Hey, if you can't do it with this,
I
you're not
can't
the
do it.
Oh
guy."
yeah.
This is a big year for Tua.
Yeah, it's
This
Mike
Guy's a
McDaniel.
genius.
Wells, his name's Mike
Coach
McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel's a genius.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
like his offensive
he won with
scheme.
Garoppolo, but they did have a lot of weapons as well in San Francisco. But guess what? He's got a lot of weapons again here in
you
Miami.
see what they're trying to do to Jimmy G. They've been trying to get his ass out for 3 years.
It's gonna be the Trey Lance show this year, boys.
Not if they can't. Jimmy G got hurt, so
Trey Lance is gonna outperform him, dude.
yeah, that's what happened last year too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what
He's gonna be in
happens
my
there.
fantasy team, going ham.
Um, Bobby Wagner signed with the Rams today, so they're just stacking the defense up even more. 5 years, 50 million, 10 million a year for that linebacker who's well established.
Good Lord.
So
Hey,
you think the Rams are trying to repeat since they've got one more year? Was it 1 or 2 more years of Stafford?
I bet they re-signed Stafford.
Yeah, yeah, he's still on the last bit of his cut, so you got to let it ride. As long as you got that guy at the helm, you got to let it ride. Throw whatever you got. You're not having to pay Odell. No longer paying Vaughn. Like the trades you made served its purpose. Your money's off the books, so you don't have draft capital. Capital. You can at least sign some people here and there, especially with the money you made off the Super Bowl, and at least try to run it back. I mean, you know how hard it is to do in any sport, let alone the NFL. But I mean, you can't just roll over and die with the players you have. You still have a very solid core. So throw some cash, make some signees, and make a run. It's very feasible again.
They have a great shot to win the division this year again.
Yeah, starts with that. I mean, you saw like last year. I mean, when Tampa Bay won, they brought back everybody on both sides of the ball and lost anyway. It's never guaranteed. It's football, but got to at least give it a shot.
I agree. Anything else NFL wise you guys want to discuss? Most of everything in the news is mock drafts right now. People preparing for that combine wise, but I am not a GM and I don't dive that deep into stats from college into the NFL. I like to root for my team to pick a great guy and move on. So I won't pretend to know about the draft. But go ahead, Philip.
Guys, I know we are a Tennessee-based program. Tennessee Titans are the team we typically follow and write about. So to that point, with what you guys see on paper now, what the Titans have, how the roster is shaken up, kind of going into OTAs and all that stuff here in a few months, where would you put us on the win total?
10.5.
9-10 wins. Needs some offensive linemen, I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
gonna need a time.
John Robinson has yet to disappoint me in filling in the gaps of what we need. And right now, kind of as me and you were discussing the other day, Phil, Dylan Randunes is right now the right tackle. And I don't think John Robinson is going to go into week one with Dylan Randunes as his right tackle. John Robinson is known for making trades on draft day. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't think we fall backwards any. I think we only get better adding Robert Woods. If he can be, he hasn't missed any games in his career until he got hurt this season. Like
I like Robert.
I think if he can come back strong, he's a good vet on the team. I think he's a little more active than what Julio Jones could be last year. I had high hopes for Julio. I hope he does well. Next
He
season
has to
and
do better
stays
than
healthy.
Julio. Julio
But
rarely played.
That's what I'm saying. And then if we'll probably end up drafting a guy. We got Austin Hooper at tight end. I don't think we take any steps backwards. As long as Derrick Henry can run the ball. Yep. I'm at 10.5. 10.5. I think it's between 9 and 11 wins, but sitting 10.5 is a little more positive. I'm going with that.
I think that's where we are. Yeah, you got. I like Robert Woods' personality, man. It's infectious. So hopefully we can get a
Bobby
little
Tree.
added spark too on the offense that can be needed when we're looking dull as hell out there.
All right. Well,
Good tackle.
we will move on into the NBA, the coolest, the swaggiest, the drippest league in the world.
Association.
Wells is a Sixers fan down here, and the East has a lot
He need to
more.
step it up, dude. They've lost the past 2 games. Ridiculous. Harden needs to get his head out of his ass and perform.
You'd rather Ben Simmons though, wouldn't you?
Ben Simmons garbage too. Get
Yeah,
him out of
that
here.
sucks, man.
And so,
Sucks.
so that race, it's like the Nets, the Heat, the Bucks, the Sixers. Who do you think Wells is coming out on top of that, and how do you think that playoffs are going to shape up?
I aren't the Bucks close to the top seed as well?
They are. I said the
I think
Bucks
the
are there.
Bucks
Yep.
gonna take the top seed, and I think Sixers are gonna be 2, and then we have Heat 3. I feel like Harden's gonna choke, and we're not gonna get the first seed. Then B's gonna come out and put up his points and do everything he can. We just need somebody else to step up. See what happens.
I like the Heat to stay on top. Philip, you watched any of these games or kept up with any of the news on this side? It's a tight race. I'll read you off the records here. 49.
No, hold on, before you go. I mean, I think let's see, Celtics are first in their side. I want to say the
I'm just
Bucks are.
talking the whole Eastern Conference, not the individual divisions there.
I know that Golden State, I think, is in the 3 slot of theirs.
Yeah, that's Western. So I'll read you off the top 4 teams. Actually, we'll go top 5 teams. We'll go six.
Grizz gonna get
Six.
the first seed in the West, though, dude.
Well, here it is. There is only a 9-game difference between 10th and first place in the Eastern Conference, Phil. Between first and fifth, there's only a 5 games difference, 4.5 game difference between first and fifth. With just a little bit of time left in the season, the Heat lead the whole thing with 49 wins. Bucks second, tied with the Celtics for second and third. Sixers sitting at fourth, and the Bulls 2 games back from the Sixers in fifth. I think the Heat stay on top. I do think that the Celtics or the Bucks end up in the finals when that's all said and done. I don't think the Heat last in a 5-7 game series with any of these other teams.
I don't think Jimmy Butler gets it done. Jimmy and company.
He can. And to be honest, it might just be because I don't watch very many Heat games or even very many replays from. I don't know where I'm at. I'm blind on the fucking Heat. They're in the top of their division, but I see way more
They've
Bucks
done
than
it quietly.
Yeah, Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, Bulls have been the hot teams that I've really mostly followed throughout the Eastern Conference, and it is more biased of an opinion, but I think the Bucks/Celtics get it done over there. But we could move into the Western Conference where I have more
Tatum.
expertise. Go ahead, Wells.
See Tatum go hard and have a deep playoff run. If it's
Tatum.
not the Sixers, I want to see the Celtics. I like Tatum.
Celtics have a
What do you think
squad.
about Jaylen Brown? You think Jaylen Brown was worth that draft pick?
Tatum and Brown are gnarly.
Grant
Yeah, I
Williams
think so.
shooting the three. Grant Williams
Did
has
you
like a
find
42% three.
9 the other
Goes
night.
hard in the paint, dude.
Those kids, man, they're good. I think I do like the Suns. I mean, you got Booker and Paul and company out there. Devin Booker is a hoss daddy, man.
He goes hard, dude. I love
yeah.
it.
So the Western Conference right now is shaping up. The first 3 seeds are already locked in. Suns locked in the 1 seed with 62 wins. The Grizzlies locked in the 2 seed with
Let's
54
go
wins.
Grizz.
And then the Mavericks are actually exact same record but have more wins over the Warriors. So they locked in the 3 seed.
Luka.
Warriors come in
love
at 4, Nugs at 5, Jazz at 6, Timberwolves at 7, Clippers, Pelicans, and this is where it gets interesting. So that 1-game playoff or NBA playoff, it's a playoff to get into the playoff that they started
You
doing
say
last
that,
season.
Lemon?
Play-in games.
The
I don't
playing
think
games.
I think the Lakers are out of that game.
No,
which
they
is
are not
odd.
because
They are. They're
10
the
seed.
11 seed right now.
No, they're the 10 seed right now. They're the
thought
10
they were out
seed
of
right
that.
now, and they're 1 game ahead of the Spurs. So it's the 10 and 9, right? That play the play-in game, correct?
Oh, that's right. The Spurs
Lakers
lost
are-
earlier tonight, and then
Yeah.
and LA's playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. So if LA loses tonight, they go back to the 11th.
But did you guys hear the news today? Who's returning Friday?
Does it matter if AD's returning?
It does matter that AD returns. Do you think AD and LeBron can at least get a playoff series win if they come back, sneak that playoff game in, and then maybe don't look as embarrassing as their losing record this season?
I mean, it's not who you want to play in any postseason game, right? You don't want to face LeBron and Russell Westbrook if he figures it out, or AD at all. You don't want to face
Probably
any
won't,
of them.
but
Yeah, I know, but you never know. And he didn't figure out it this far in.
Do y'all think they're
you
gonna
wanna
make
play
the
that.
playoffs? First off,
That's just scary. You wouldn't want to do that because the likelihood of them
they
playing.
make the playing game. I say they win the playing
I
game.
mean, the Pelicans are 6-4 in their last 10, and so if the Lakers end up
They
having to
wouldn't
play
play
the
the
Pelicans,
Pelicans.
they would. I think the Pelicans can beat them.
They would
But
play Minnesota.
no, Minnesota's in the 7th seed.
Cutoff time, yeah, but doesn't the play in isn't it the bottom four?
Oh, you may be right. Well, no,
So
because
they would have to
eight
play.
teams make the playoffs, so it would
Yeah,
be.
8 teams would make the playoffs, but they're playing a play-in game, and
Be
so the
9 and
winners of the
10.
No, I
play-in
think
games
it's
are the
9,
last
10,
two
11, and
seeds.
12, right?
No, it's 7,
I thought
8,
it was
9,
just
10,
15.
and the winner of those games get the 7 and 8 spot.
You're right. You're right.
And
You're
so
right.
they would play Carl Anthony Towns, Big Cat and company, and I'm sorry, but someone's been there and done it. The others are hungry. Fucking let me see the Timberwolves move on.
I like it. I like it. I'm hyped for my Grizzlies.
Yeah.
I say my Grizzlies. Growing up as a child, I watched a bunch of different teams because I just enjoyed players, and there were no really teams close to me. As an adult, the Grizzlies come on TV every night, and I've watched them pretty steadily since 2012. I went to a Western Conference Final game against the Warriors in 2013. Great time down there in Memphis. I'm not a big fan of the city of Memphis. Great barbecue, great basketball. That's about it for me.
Central
But
is fantastic barbecue.
I'm
I
glad they
watched the Grizz whoop up on the Knicks a couple weeks ago.
I'm glad they locked in that 2 seed because I'll read you a little stat. Since forever in time, I believe it's the early 70s. I don't have the exact date, but only the 1 or 2 seeds from each conference have ended up winning the finals. No teams lower than a 1 or 2 seeds in like the last 40 years have won a finals. That kind of tells me that the best teams in basketball actually win. As much as I love the NCAA basketball tournament field of 64, it's the best team doesn't always come out on top. They are normally very good. Like you saw, St. Peter's didn't make it to the Final Four. A lot of these underdogs who may win a round or two don't make it all the way. But some of the teams who honestly, Kentucky, Tennessee, who are Wisconsin, Purdue, some of these other teams that probably were the best in the nation aren't getting shut in the final matches because of the way the thing is set up. Any of those teams probably wouldn't lose many series of 5 or 7. So it gives me great hope for the Grizzlies this year, but I do think the Suns. I think we'll have another Suns Celtics finals. I think Chris Paul's hungry. Devin Booker's probably the
hope
best
not.
player in the league right now, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but I think Devin Booker or Jokic. I thought at the beginning of this season that Denver was going to be able to win the whole thing, but they have too many injuries. Jokic can't be a man of. There's not 5
And
Jokic's out there.
dribbling it up every possession. He's in the same with Luka the Don, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you watch a Mavericks game, you wouldn't think sometimes during their possessions that they have the record that they do. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand they traded Porzingis and all of that, but it just goes to show you what Luka can do in Dallas and what Djokovic can do in Denver. That those guys can transform a team. And
Big
that's why
fan
you
of
see the
Murray.
big threes. Like those guys can freaking ball, man.
Are you
Triple
forgetting
doubles
about
all
Murray,
night.
though, dude?
Hmm?
Forgetting about Murray when he's healthy.
Yeah, he just got back, didn't he? Like a
I
game
believe
or two
so.
ago, Jamal did.
All goes hard. He's one of my favorite players to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I put
Hell,
money on Golden State to win it all before Clay Thompson came back this year. Then Steph got hurt. Still have the bet out there, but just FYI, whoever's listening, I'll be a Golden State fan come playoff time. I'll be rooting for good games, but I enjoy money a little bit more.
All right, now here's where the smoke the spread really gets handy. Listen up, turn the volume up, dial in. We're talking the Final Four, betting odds, predictions, moving on. Win your office pool, win some money. This is where you get rich. This is where you're able to quit your job and go to Vegas because you listen to us. Not really previously in the past. I think I've lost like 10 in a row. I'm not on a heater. I think Phil's up just a little bit of money. Wells normally has some good picks. We'll see. He definitely had some good underdogs at the beginning of this tournament. Wells predicted probably more of the upsets than anybody else. Uh, we'll start with the big game. The big
Duke,
game. I know
baby.
they're both big games, but Duke, UNC, Coach K seems like the whole thing was rigged. Is Coach K going to be able to do this?
I believe he will, boys. I believe Duke's going to win the whole tournament. Coach K is going to go out in glory.
Not
If
so
he does,
fast, as
if he
Lee Corso
doesn't,
would
I want
say.
to see UNC win it all.
Dude, the big guy down low for UNC is so goddamn good.
He's
Murdoch and Murdoch.
massive, dude. He's a rebounding machine.
Bait,
He can do it all. He can.
Beatty, is it Beatty? What's his name?
80's the
I have no
center, but
idea.
that
Yeah.
power forward, that stretch four, that Murdoch guy, that the
Mm.
redhead.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
he's
dude.
good. He's good.
Lights out. He'll board. He'll dish. He can shoot the three. He can play defense. That when that kid and Love are on, I don't care. Duke won't be. I understand. Duke has
Baycott
all
is
these
who I was
athletes.
thinking
Well,
of.
so does UNC, and UNC's hot. I'm going North Carolina. I've bet on every one of their money lines, pretty significant amount of money, except for the St. Peter's game because the odds weren't that good. So it was just more of a parlay win. They're once again the underdog. They haven't proved me wrong yet, so I'm gonna throw. I'll probably throw about 100 on North Carolina to win the money line at plus 160. Right now they are plus 4, so Duke is favored in the game. Minus 4 on Duke. The over under at 151. I'm not gonna touch it because I have been going strictly money line with North Carolina. So follow me if you want. Everything will be all right. Little Uncle Cracker. Those Tar Heels are moving on, baby.
Uncle Cracker doesn't lie. Everything's gonna be all right. I'm riding. I'm riding with you. I want to see Coach K go down. I'm not a big Duke Blue Devils fan. I'm honestly not a UNC fan at all either. But I'm taking UNC on the money line. Wells, you said you got Coach K and Duke going all the way. Explanation. Paolo
So,
Banchero, big fan, huh?
sorry, he goes hard, dude. You think he's going to be the first pick of the game or the draft? Excuse me.
I like Jabari Smith out of Auburn.
There's some good ones. I will say, correct me if I'm wrong, gang, but first time that the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils have faced up in the NCAA tournament.
Uh,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. I in the Final Four for sure, but not
Yeah,
positive
I
in the entire NCAA tournament. No, I cannot
on
be
a blank,
positive
but
on
I
that.
was just thinking this. I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about a historical game. This one's going to be fun.
It's gonna be
I'm
fun.
going to watch.
You guys want to dial in April 2nd, Saturday. Place your bets. Hashtag DraftKings. Hashtag FanDuel. Hashtag
Hashtag Blue
Caesars
Devils.
Sportsbook. Spires
Jesus.
Sportsbook. All the legal ones out there. Don't waste your money on an illegal one. Don't lose your money to a bookie when you can bet online with one of these great websites. Now let's move on over to Villanova, Kansas. Villanova, Kansas. I'm going to give you my quick prediction here. Kansas on the money line and the under. I think the under's at 132.5 right now. I have Kansas on the money line and the under. I think both teams play good defense and really rely on the quick shot. And when there's good defense against quick shots, tends to not have that many points. And I like Kansas, North Carolina final. Blue Bloods. This is a blue blood tournament. You guys let me know what you think. Villanova at this point might be a blue blood, a little bit more than Kentucky, but I'll let you guys argue that out. Let me know.
I'm going Jayhawks versus Duke final. And the Jayhawks, I put money line, and I'm going to go with the over. Just I want to see points.
Points, points, points.
Give me some points. Shoot the Jays. Dunk the ball. Just score some buckets. Give me buckets.
I think the over is a pretty solid bet here at 132.5 or 133, depending on where you're betting. It's minus 4.5 to Kansas, plus 165 if I remember correctly on the money line. If you're going Villanova, if you want a value pick and you like Nova, there's no need to shy away from that bet. Go ahead and bet on them. If they start shooting the lights out of the gym, there's no one in the country that can beat them. So it'll be a fun game if that happens. Something fun to watch. Throw 20, 30, 40 bucks, whatever it is on it, if that's your cup of tea. I do think Kansas wins this game. I think it's close. I'm going to go the over in Kansas money line on a same game parlay. Another fun one. This is what we expect in the Final Four. And then another. This is off the cuff stat that I'm just trying to dig out of my ass, honestly. I think Krzyzewski's first title was against Kansas, right? So it'd be only fitting if the GOAT were to get past his arch rival North Carolina to do it one more time against Kansas. So
Get it done.
a lot of headlines in this Final Four. Is Saturday's going to be pretty freaking awesome.
Saturday's gonna be lit, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 1991?
I think so because he came from Army, and I think that was in the late 80s.
Okay.
Was that 91 when they beat Kansas?
They beat Kansas in 1991.
We're talking about Duke's first
Was
title
that
with
their
Coach
first
K?
win? When was Leitner? Was Leitner 92? Or was he also 91?
Looking up the first title. Let's see.
It was Leitner was a
91
freshman.
against Kansas. You are correct.
It was Bobby Hurley, Christian Leitner,
Wow.
Grant Hill, Thomas Hill, and Greg Kubek.
How crazy would it be to bring that full circle, man? He already just got his 100th tournament win.
It would be nuts.
And if he's signing out on that note with those last two wins, that's you can't write a better Cinderella story.
You can't. Well, we all had a few different opinions there. I think mine are better than theirs, but you guys let us know in the comments and then place some bets this weekend. Don't watch sports boringly. Watch sports with your nerves on the line. Throw down some money, win some money, get rich, or die trying. Okay, we're going to play a little game called Who's Smoking and Who's Snitching. Just some who's smoking is the hot topic of the week, or a person that you think is cool doing stuff you like. Could be a coach, could be a player, could be a movie, could be anything you want it to be. And then who's snitching, something you think is stupid that's going on this week. And Wells, you want to go first?
Who's snitching is that MLB Player Association agreed to the third year for allowing the Ghost Runner. I knew that was coming this year, but they agreed to.
It's
like,
fucking
why?
bullshit. Horse trash. I did a
That is
podcast
horse
episode on that. I
Straight
called it
up
horse trash, horse trash, horse trash.
Horse trash.
It's
Why
horse
did
trash.
you want
It is
that?
a load of horse trash.
Phil, who's snitching in your world?
I'll give you both of mine. I'll do who's what was the first one? Who I like?
Yeah, or who's doing something positive, good?
Who's smoking?
Yeah, who's
All right,
smoking and who's snitching?
I tell you what, you know who I'm high on right now is Matt Olson. Not just because I'm a Braves fan, because he got his first home run of spring training today in a mammo blast to right center, and I'm really just hoping that that's him getting in the groove for things to come, man. As he tries to fill those shoes of Freddie Freeman and then some, as the Braves look to repeat. Love it, guys. I know you're just as pumped as I am for April 7th. Couldn't get here quick enough. For my snitch, I'm going to go Donald Trump. Someone who has to put a press release out to say they got a hole-in-one and then say they're not trying to brag at the end. I mean, Kim Jong-un shot 18 on 18 holes, so it's got to be true, right? So there's my snitch of the week.
Oh, I like it. Wells, who's smoking this week? What pack are you rolling up and smoking because it's so good this week?
I'm gonna go with not sports related, but the new Moonlight hit Disney Plus. That thing was fire. I give it 9.0. And another one I will say, my boy, what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. Glad, the Blue Jays. He's been roping in spring training.
Glad the Impaler Jr.
He has been roping. I'm smoking the Memphis Grizzlies. First time ever in franchise history that they have amounted that many wins and that they have ever locked in a 2 seed. I won't say that's sad because they've only been in existence for about 22 years. It's not like they're a long-standing franchise that's been around since like the 20s or 30s. Or when was basketball the NBA? I don't know when the NBA was created. I should know this. We're a sports podcast. I'll brush up on some of this knowledge before the next one. But at least in the 60s, 70s, like Lakers, Celtics, Portland won a championship. They're there sometimes. I'm smoking the Memphis Grizzlies this week, and I hope they make a statement in the playoffs. At least make it to a Western Conference Finals. It'd be a little disappointing if they go out too early. Disappointing this week. I'll go kind of right back to what I said earlier. I think disappointing is the Yankees' performance in spring training. If Josh Donaldson is having to yell at you and throw your hip hop speakers across the locker room in the field house, come on, guys. Josh Donaldson's a fun guy. I watched people pour beer on him as he rounded third base a couple of years ago. Don't piss the guy off. Let the bringer of rain bring rain. You guys go out there on the diamond to do work, because if I see an uncompetitive AL East this year, I'm not going to be happy.
Bring rain, not shame.
Yeah, bring rain, not shame. Any final thoughts, fellas?
Go hard or go home, boys.
Go hard or go home.
Donald Trump doesn't know how to hit off a tee.
Hey, smoke the spread. Don't be a snitch. This is April Fool's Day. We're not playing a joke on you. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Peace out.
See you guys.
I'll at your boy.